Hi, friends. Good morning. We've heard him say it himself. It's being called the summer of Trump. But critics of the Donald are saying these kind of responses to serious questions could get him into trouble.
I'm looking for the next commander-in-chief to know who Hassan Nasrallah is, and Zawahiri, and al-Julani, and al-Baghdadi. Do you know the players without a scorecard yet, Donald Trump?
Those are like history questions. Do you know this one? Do you know that one?
I don't believe in gotcha questions. I'm not trying to, quiz you on who the worst guy in the world
question.
is.
When you start throwing around names of people and where they live and, give me their address, I think it's ridiculous.
So will Trump's don't care attitude mean he could end up being the next Herman Cain or President Obama? Joining me now to debate, Fox News contributor Angela McGlowan and Democratic strategist Steve Blazer. Good morning. Thanks for being with us, both of you.
Good morning, Anna.
In Commentary Magazine, Jonathan Tobin wrote an article about just this, or an op-ed, is Donald Trump another Herman Cain or President Obama? So I'm going to tee you up to a couple of these. First one, this is a tear out from there. Knowledge of foreign policy isn't a matter of gotcha questions. It's what we hire presidents to do. If you can't be bothered to study up on the details, then even a seeming political colossus like Trump needs to be reminded that the Herman Cains of the world don't get elected. So, Angela, will this response hurt him not knowing who Soleimani was in the Quds forces?
No, it will not hurt him. And Anna, a true journalist is when you can read their article and not tell what side they're on. And this guy is really a Trump hater. Trump is not going to be another 999 is fine, fine, fine. I think he's going to have more stability than Herman Cain did. But again, Anna, Trump is political. He's not a politician. And clearly, this election isn't politics as usual.
Well, it was an opinion piece in Commentary Magazine. Steve, Carly Fiorina, she actually aced the same questions on the same day. What do you make of that?
Well, she needs to do something. Obviously, I don't think she's a very appealing candidate, and her standing in the polls shows that. Look, I would love for the policy questions and knowledge to decide this thing. I'm a bit of a policy wonk myself, but that's not really what this campaign is about. That's not what Trump is about. I think we have to start calling Trump's candidacy a movement. I hate to say that. I'm a Democrat. I hope that whoever the nominee for the Democrats is going to win. I hope that's Hillary. But I think that Trump's candidacy is beyond these standard things that would hurt other candidates hurting him. It actually helps him. He's being seen almost as this martyr when anybody goes after him and tries to hurt him this way. And I really think that Hillary and certainly Bernie Sanders, if he ends up being the nominee, better start taking Trump seriously, because I think he's going to be the Republican
Angela,
nominee.
Trump has a record of being a job creator, without a doubt being a business leader, a real estate mogul. In this piece, though, Tobin says, all candidates pretend that presidents can control the economy. Foreign policy is the one aspect of our government on which they more or less have carte blanche. So what do you make of that?
Everyone in America loves success, and Donald Trump is successful. You have a lot of folks out there that have a lot of despair and hopelessness, and they distrust politicians. So again, I agree with the Democrat. I agree with you, Steve, that he can do no wrong. However, I think it's going to take a Howard Dean moment to actually knock Trump out. I do not believe that Trump is going to be the Republican nominee.
So you're saying it would take something that would cause him to self-destruct? Is that what you're saying, Angela?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think, Steve?
He's got 6 months to come up to speed. I think he's going to do that. I don't think he's the type of guy. I don't think he's a Herman Cain. I don't think he's a Sarah Palin. I don't think he's somebody who's going to refuse to actually do the research. I think that he's going to do that. Unfortunately, I would love to see him self-destruct, but I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, one more thing that Tobin says in here. Trump's belief that by merely saying he will fix things by the force of his personality makes him more like President Obama, and talking about empty promises and what we've seen there. However, his personality has gotten him soaring in the polls. Steve and Angela, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you for having us.
20 minutes after the hour on your Sunday morning, here's what's coming up on the program. She got busted for running up a $500 phone bill. So what do you think her dad did when